What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, or if this is your first visit, welcome. And it is Movie Mondays, where we look at 4 movies that came out recently that I watched in the last week, and just do a basic thumbs up or thumbs down on whether I think the movie is worth seeing. I don't think there's anything more to say about that, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. We did see quite a bunch of new releases on the 5th of March. Of course, all of them are not in this list, but I'll be getting through them in the next couple of weeks. There's only so many movies I can watch in a week before my fucking eyes go square. But any case, the first one is a drama film called The Mauritanian. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think so. And it's basically... this is a February 2021 release by Kevin McDonald as the director, and it's very much in the same vein as something like The Report with Adam Driver or Zero Dark 30, and what I mean by that is that it deals with rendition and suspected terrorists ending up in Guantanamo Bay and the things that were done to them there, of course, illegally and terrible, and just basically how these people's rights were taken advantage of, or away for that matter. And specifically this deals with one particular individual, and it's very much, what I've looked into it, it's very much factual, and it is based on a true story, but of course it's a drama and it's a movie, so there's going to be a little bit of that added drama to it, to spice up the story a little bit. But really well acted. It's got Jodie Foster, Shailene Woodley, Tahar Rahim, and Benedict Cumberbatch doing Cumberpatch, whatever the fuck, doing like a really weird southern accent, which I'm not completely sold on, but he definitely tried his fucking best to do it. But they're all in the movie, and they're all really performing very well. I think there were some Golden Globe nominations for this. I think Jodie Foster might have even won. I need to fact check that, but anyway, it is a very serious movie, and it's very well put together. Some parts of it are of course tough to watch, as anything dealing with this type of commentary and content and this sort of thing that happened, but interesting nonetheless. And if you find this kind of like courtroom investigative drama kind of movies interesting, then this will definitely be a good one. So that's The Mauritanian, and I'll definitely give this a thumbs up, so go ahead and check that out. The second movie we can talk about is Boss Level. So we're going from a drama to something like a action science fiction kind of movie, also released in March 2021, directed by Joe Conan, who did A-Team, and so it stars Frank Grillo, and I don't know if this is Frank Grillo's first starring role, but I think it is, and I'm a fan of Frank Grillo. I think he's, you should check this guy out, what he looks like. I think he's 54, 55 years old, and he is fucking ripped to death. Like the work that this guy has put into his physique and everything to still look the way that he does at an age of 54, 55 is really impressive, and kudos to that. But I like him as an actor. I think he's overlooked a lot in terms of like his acting chops, but also just he's a very physical actor, and he really pulls off the action scenes and stuff like that. So it looks pretty legit. But it's also got Michelle Yeoh in it. Mel Gibson is in the movie. Who else? Naomi Watts is in it. And essentially what it is it's like a mashing up of Groundhog Day and Edge of Tomorrow, where Frank Grillo's character is an ex-Navy SEAL Special Forces guy that is trapped in a loop of one day repeating over and over. And in this day, he is just assaulted by a fucking platoon of assassins that have to kill him. And so, he's kind of like plotting his way through this day and, how in best ways to kill these guys and evade them and that sort of thing. And it's an action movie, but it's got a lot of, that actiony comedy kind of thing going on as well, which I really enjoyed. And I thought that I was gonna like this movie, so it's not that I went in with high expectations, but I was already ready to like it, and I'm pleasantly surprised that I actually did enjoy it quite a bit. So it has less action in it than I thought that it would have, certainly based on the trailer, but it does take its story part kind of serious, and its running time is slightly longer than you'd expect from a movie like this. But I really enjoyed it, and I hope that this opens the door for Frank Grillo to more leading man roles in this kind of thing, even if it is popcorn action kind of roles, because he really does excel in it. I'm not saying he's not a good actor and that he doesn't have the chops to do drama or something like that, or emotion and all of that, but it's just he does this really well and convincingly, and so that's the reason why I thoroughly enjoyed it. So that is Boss Level. So just a quick edit here. So I don't think that I actually said whether Boss Level gets a thumbs up or a thumbs down from me, but definitely it gets a thumbs up. I really did enjoy it, and it's definitely a yes from me. So just as an edit to that, I don't know how the fuck I forgot that. I guess I was getting ready to ramble on about Coming to America, so it kind of flew out of my head. But anyways. The third one, this is a bit of a paradox for me, or a strange one to review. It's tough, right? And that's Coming to America, which is directed by Craig Brewer, and it's also released March 2021 on Amazon Prime, and it's actually I don't know if it's still free, but it was free to watch when it was released on the 5th. So it's difficult to critique a movie that's free. That's the first thing, right? But it's also because it's the sequel to Coming to America, the original from 1988, which was probably, I would say, I'm not a super fan, but I definitely recognize it as being one of Eddie Murphy's strongest comedies, if not maybe the strongest one, I would say. I'm more a fan of Eddie Murphy's action stuff, like, Beverly Hills Cop and that sort of thing. I like the Axel Foley character a lot, but Coming to America was fucking hilarious, and I actually rewatched it the other day in anticipation of this. And at the beginning of March, when I did the video where I discussed all the movies that were coming out in March, one of the things that I mentioned about this movie was that because it took so long to make, and because of the kind of movie that it is, that I was kind of like thinking that it's probably gonna be silly or just not good. And unfortunately, that's true. I mean, you have some amazing actors in this. Of course, Eddie Murphy's in it, but Arsenio Hall is in it. Leslie Jones is in it. Tracy Morgan is in it. Wesley Snipes is in it. And it just feels to me like all these, actors and actresses, plus there's a whole like slew of other people that I haven't mentioned that are either in as a cameo here or whatever, but a lot of the original actors from the original movie, but also just a lot of, talent, associated with the rest of these actors, right, are in this movie. And, I mean, obviously, this was financially probably the financing behind this movie was probably huge, and so I don't think anybody was paid like badly here, and so unfortunately, it does seem like a pretty big paycheck to a lot of people, and I think it was kind of treated that way as well. I'm sorry, but it's tough to like the movie because while there are some parts which are kind of like a little bit funny, and sure, I think the setting in which you watch this movie also makes a big difference, right? Because if you are a diehard fan of the original one and you come and sit down and look for reasons to scrutinize this movie and to not like it, you're going to find tons of reasons, for sure. If you grab a couple of beers and you are sitting with people and you're just ready to laugh and you're not being hypercritical and maybe you're just looking to unwind or something like that, then probably you'll take this movie in a better light. It's almost weird that what I want to say is, imagine if there was this world where the first Coming to America wasn't there and it was only this movie, which I know makes no sense because it's a sequel to that fucking movie, but the point is, standing alone, this movie is not that bad. And I know that's not even like glowing, praise, but measured up against what the original was, and then seeing how a lot of the jokes are rehashed and, they really not breaking any new ground and anything new that's really, really funny. I mean, again, there are one or two parts which had me laughing, but yeah, it's just, it doesn't measure favorably against the first movie. And then of course you have to ask the question, like, you know, in that case, is it a successful sequel, and, you know, does it even, you know, matter that it exists? And so yeah, it's a tough one. I'm a huge Eddie Murphy fan. Actually, a huge fan of most of the people in this movie. I mean, Wesley Snipes is like this dictator character who's fucking hilarious. And I mean, you haven't seen Wesley Snipes in movies in a while. It's sad for me that this isn't as good as Dolomite Is My Name was when that came out, because that came out and that was also Eddie Murphy coming back to movies after a long time, Wesley Snipes coming back to movies after a long time, and that was really fucking good. And then having seen that, you thought, okay, shit, I mean, this is some really good potential. And it did have potential, but it kind of undoes a lot of the character work that was done in the first movie. And the reason for that is probably that, I guess the general sentiment here is that the first movie is so old, right? It's so long ago that the idea is that you're really trying to grab a new group of people. So in terms of the audience that come to watch this going like, oh, I'm such a fucking fan of the 1988 movie and this better be the shit, versus new people that might not have seen the original or don't give a shit, I'm sure that the second group that I mentioned now outnumbers the first group, and I guess that's the reason why this exists. But yeah, unfortunately, this is a tough one. I have to give this a thumbs down. I have to just not, you know, how can I say? I have to not agree to tell you to watch this movie because I think it's a waste of time. But then again, this is why I said at the beginning that it's a free one, right? So I mean, it's not. I'd be a lot more pissed if I paid for this. So yeah, it's a fucking weird one. But in any case, that's coming to America now. Okay, then when we get to the fourth one, that is Fantasy Island, which was actually released last year. So this is actually from February 2020, and so it's quite an old one. It's a movie that I've been, I wouldn't say meaning to watch, but what happened was it is something that I had marked on one of the channel networks or whatever that, and so on this weekend. I just was scrolling through my list of stuff and I saw this and I was like, okay, well, fuck, it's been a year, so let me watch this. Now, I went in with super low expectations here, so this was like a hate watch or something like this because I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to enjoy this. But basically, this is a supernatural horror film directed by Jeff Wadlow, and in the 1970s, 1976, 77, there was a series called Fantasy Island, and so this is supposed to be a horror prequel to that series. And the gist of it is that you have this island that has mystical powers, and then people make a wish, or you know, people write in and say that this is my wish or something like that, and then they're allowed to come to the island and live out, you know, their wish. And then, you know, it's this whole thing with, you know, sometimes your wishes don't turn out the way you wanted them to, or, you know, it's like that old trick where you wish something to a genie and then the genie twists it around in a certain way. Not that the island is a fucking genie, but you get my point. So this has got Lucy Hale, Michael Pena, Maggie Q, Jimmy O Yang, who was amazing in Silicon Valley as Jin Yang, but just sucked in this in terms of, like, from a comedy perspective, just did not hit with that at all. So that was really disappointing. But more than that, first of all, I don't know who asked for this movie. Like, why the fuck is this even like a thing? Like, why is this here? Like, who wanted a fucking prequel to a 1977 series, which wasn't, honestly, in my opinion, that fucking great to begin with. I mean, if you're a huge fan of that shit, then, you know, oopsie. But yeah, I just don't understand why this exists. Why was this made? Why did somebody pay for this? It's fucking ridiculous. It's terrible. It's a terrible movie, and more than that, what's more terrible, what's more frightening is that it's supposed to spawn either a bunch of more movies like this, like sequels to this, or a fucking series that's, I guess, being developed by Fox or something like that. So definitely both those things. Please don't fucking do that if it's this level of quality. Actually, not even if it's this level of quality. This is just shit. I don't think you can make this good. So as you can tell, this is definitely like a big fat fucking, you know, thumbs down. Okay, so then usually what I do at the end of this movie segment is I talk about a classic for me, so a movie that I have watched many times and will probably watch many more times, or something that I really enjoy and that I see as a movie that's important to me, you know, from my past or something like that. The movie today is True Lies, which is the 1994 action comedy directed by James Cameron. Of course, it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Arnold's in it, Art Malik's in it, Tia Carrere's in it, Eliza Dushka's in it, a whole bunch of people. It's Bill Paxton is in it. He's fucking amazing in this. Probably, maybe my favorite role of his of all time. Just love it. But True Lies is look, I'm a kid from the 80s, so grew up with the whole Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, fucking, you know, like that type of thing, right? And so naturally I'm a fan of a lot of these over-the-top action movies from that era, from those years. But True Lies was different because True Lies was so fucking, I mean, it's a James Cameron movie, right? So it was so fucking slick and the effects were insane. I mean, still to this day, this movie has aged, you know, it's fucking still, it still got it. I literally watched it like a week and a half ago. It's still fucking amazing. And yeah, it's just, the real, for me, star of this movie, I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Arnold, and the banter between them and the sarcasm and everything, the action, everything like that is, of course, amazing. But Jamie Lee Curtis is fucking low-key, ridiculously funny in this. And just like, all the scenes with her is fucking amazing. It's really cool. What's interesting is that originally this role was given to Jodie Foster, and she was going to take it, but then she ended up, you know, like saying no to this so that she could take the starring role in Nell. And I don't know how it would have turned out with Jodie Foster. It's a mind fuck, right? I don't know what Jodie Foster would have been like in the role of Helen in True Lies, but I mean, I suppose luckily, again, nothing against Jodie Foster, she's fucking amazing. But Jamie Lee Curtis fucking killed it as the character, and she was just really, really good. So yeah, it's another interesting fact is this movie has the honor of almost killing Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you know the movie, you know there's a scene where he rides a fucking horse basically through, I guess it's New York City, and while they were filming this, he was on the horse, and the horse got startled by a mic boom, and basically sort of like backed and reared and almost dropped him off like a super high fucking area, and you know, obviously that would have killed him. So you know, the stunt man managed to grab the horse and pull him and get Arnold off the horse and everything, but it was like a thing that even to this day, you know, if you ask, or in the interviews that I've seen with Arnold, then he'll refer to this incident as being one of the times when he was, you know, really thought that he was going to get hurt or lose his life or something like that in a movie. Lastly, just the thing with True Lies is I think, I mean, not that it wasn't a success, it was a big success. I think it was also one of the first movies ever to break 100 million in terms of what it cost to make it. So obviously a lot of money went into this, but it obviously made a lot of money as well. But I think what hurt it in the box office, and you know, these days when it comes to big budget releases, you'll notice that the studios are super, super careful with the release windows and how close it is to other movies. Even if it's a, you know, like, if you're trying to release a big, massive, you know, sci-fi movie, then generally speaking, back in the day, you wouldn't be scared of, you know, losing out to like a fucking drama. So you'd be like, yeah, fine, I'll just make my movie come out the same day as that, because one's a sci-fi, one's a drama. You know, my people aren't going to be the same people that watch that movie or whatever, something like that. So that's of course not the case today anymore. Studios are much more careful when it comes to the release windows and possibly running into a situation where people will have to pick between two movies, and you know, then your movie gets a, you know, a lesser fucking response because the other movie's better or is perceived to be better or something like that. But True Lies was released a week after Forrest Gump came out, and we all know how big Forrest Gump was. And it was funny because Forrest Gump came out and immediately it was at the top of the charts, and then True Lies came out a week later, took over as number one in the box office, and then a week later, you know, Forrest Gump took it back again. So this I think stole quite a bit of True Lies' thunder. And so again, not that it wasn't a success, because it was a pretty big success and continues to be, and it's viewed very much as a success. But obviously, I think it could have been bigger if it wasn't for that. Even the one Oscar that it was nominated for, which I think is visual effects, it ended up losing that one to Forrest Gump. So yeah. But that's it for this week. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you do enjoy content like this, please consider, leaving a like and a comment. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know which movies you enjoyed out of these ones or other ones. Tell me which movies you think I should watch. And if you really like content like this, then go ahead and subscribe, because it really does help me bring more stuff like this to you on this channel more regularly, and I would really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. But other than that, thank you very much for stopping by. Have a great morning, have a great afternoon, have a great evening, wherever you are. And until next video, fucking cheers.